going on, guys? My name is Trevor. Welcome back to my channel. The Fear Street trilogy just came to a close, sadly. I'm very bummed out about it, but we now have all three movies out on Netflix. Now, we're going to rank all three of those movies from the worst to the best. Join me down below in the comment section. How does your guys' ranking compare? And there's no real way to dive into these movies and into this ranking without talking some spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movies, definitely click away. And if you haven't seen the movies, what are you freaking doing? Get out there and watch them, because trust me, you will not be disappointed. With that said, let's do this. So starting off in last place, Fear Street 1666. Now, I enjoyed lots of things about this film, but some things held it back from the greatness of the other two. This is about a 3.5 out of 5 for me. Definitely an enjoyable film. I will go back and rewatch it. It's just the 1666 time period kind of took me out of it just a little bit because they really dove deep down into it. So Sarah Fear is the witch who haunts Shadyside, and she's the reason for all these killers coming back, right? No, psych. That's what I dug about it. That Sarah Fear really got the shit end of the stick. I mean, she is just manipulated, and she's then comes out as the witch when she actually isn't. It's actually our character in Nick Good, who we actually like a lot in 1978, and he's actually the cop in 1994. But in 1666, he's Solomon Good, his ancestor, and the Good ancestry is absolutely terrible, and they screw over Sarah Fear, and they said she's a witch, and they hanged her at the stake, and that's what this movie, and that's where the haunting comes from everything else. But we get to find the mythology and dive deep into that as exactly what happens and why everyone's coming back in the later films, and I dug that. The one thing I didn't dig about 1666 is their accents. I mean, it just doesn't sound all that good. Maybe they're trying to sound like they're from that time period, but to me, it sounded like they're from Ireland, and the accents kind of took me out of it a little bit because they do so good in the other films. This one, it kind of took me out of it. It was a little bit distracting, but explaining the mythology of Sarah Fear and the Good family, good is evil, explaining all that was done really well. Then when it jumps back to 1994 and we get the epic showdown with all the killers, that's something that's awesome. Tell me you don't want Ghostface, Jason, Michael Myers all battling out, hashing each other out. Come on, that was an awesome scene. This movie is a little bit cheesier than everything else for Shadyside, but I still dug it. I thought it capped off the trilogy really nicely, and this trilogy and this franchise really isn't scared of taking away characters we think are going to live and think are going to be fine. I mean, they go for it. The kills in this film aren't as gruesome as the other ones, but it's still good. It's still intuitive. It's still a lot of fun. A 3.5 out of 5. I dig it a lot. Part 1, 1994. I love it. I mean, it's a top 5 of the year for me so far. I absolutely love everything they did. I've been craving a good slasher movie for quite some time, and we got one. I've been in the slasher mood, and this one happens to be a great slasher film. Our characters, Dina, Kate, and Sam, are also likable, and that's what makes this movie really enjoyable, is that you enjoy these characters. You enjoy what they're trying to do, and it's a lot of fun getting to explore this journey with them. Sam and Dina are dating, but they're not really dating. There's some drama with that, and the Shadyside is cursed. It's a Shadyside curse, the Shadyside killer. There's always that character who kind of knows everything about serial killers. Gave me lots of Scream vibes, and Scream's my favorite horror movie of all time, so of course I dug that, and especially that opening. It is major Scream vibes, and the kills in this movie are the most gruesome of them all. I mean, these kills do not hold back, and again, they do not hold back of killing characters we love. I mean, Kate, her head goes through that thing, and her brain gets chopped up, man. It was bad. But something I think this film does really well is it sets up the next films oh so well. I mean, it dives right into the next film, and it feels like almost you're watching a TV show, longer episodes of a TV show, because it dives right into the next film, and the next film happens to be a prequel, so it explains everything so well. At times, how jumbled it is all over the place, it could get confusing, but it does it. It holds it down. It has the reins held tight, and it knows exactly where they're going, exactly what they're trying to do. I thought this movie was funny. I thought the kills were at an all-time high. I absolutely love these characters, and I thought this was a fantastic first film inside this trilogy. But at number 1, Fear Street Part 2, 1978. Camp Nightwing. I mean, a camp-style serial killer movie. What more could you want? Starring Mad Max from Stranger Things. I think she's absolutely fantastic. I mean, she kills it in this movie. Starting off as this kind of snooty, not-so-likable girl, turns into a really likable character. The film is all over the camp horror vibes. Kills are there, the tension is there, and the whole horror mythology of Sarah Fear is in this one as well. We get different characters, completely different characters inside this film, and you learn to love them all as saying. You learn to get annoyed with others, and you can kind of see who's going to get killed. And the kills in this are a little less gruesome than the first film, but they're crazy. They're going after characters. You're like, this character's not going to die. All of a sudden, they get an axe to the face. It is absolutely wild. Also, this film pulls on the heartstrings a little bit. We get some emotion in here. We get a really good score, lots of little love relationships in here, and again, it kind of ties into the third one all that much better. We get to find out more about Sarah Fear. I thought the whole time, I kind of thought this was a plot twist, but I like the character Ziggy, aka Mad Max from Stranger Things. I thought she's the one one who's going to die, not her sister Cindy. But then it's because it says C. Berman is the person who is alive. They're trying to get her to help them out with Sam in an earlier film. I was like, okay, C. Berman, Cindy must live. All of a sudden, Cindy dies, and that sister bond will really hold this movie together. Is they start off as foes and they come together at the end. It really hit me hard. I almost started crying. I was like, is this going to happen right now? But Cindy's the one who goes, and Ziggy's name is Christine, and all of a sudden, she's the one who lives. I thought that was kind of a plot twist. I didn't really see that coming. I said, whoa, man. And again, the relationship with Ziggy and Nick, even though Nick he's a freaking good, and the good is evil. And throughout the film, we don't know this. We're rooting for Nick. We're rooting for Ziggy. And the kills in this are crazy. Our killer, Thomas Slater, is scary looking. He's going after all of them. We get to learn more about Sarah Fear. It ties everything in so well. I think the acting is better in this. I think the score is better in this. I think the kills are a little crazier in this. All of a sudden, people's heads are flying off. I had more fun watching this one than the other two. So it's my favorite of the trilogy. Join me down below in the comment section. How does your guys' ranking compare? Do you agree with me, or am I a complete freaking idiot? Let me know all that down below in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Lots more videos coming this weekend. Can't wait for all of it. I'll see you guys in the next one.